Hello, and welcome to Final 7 Ministries. Today we're going to talk about the ongoing war that's connected to the Middle Eastern region, especially connected to Israel. There's a lot going on last year and a half, but there has been a lot of speculation as where this could be in biblical prophecy. Some think it may be part of Armageddon. Some people think that it may be part of the Psalms 83 war, and there could be one more. We're going to talk about these and just kind of dive into some of the surrounding pieces to this. First off, I do want to point out that there is no way that it can be tied to Armageddon. Some of the same countries and areas will be in that battle, but the timing is not right. We're just not there. Armageddon happens at the end of the final 7 years. The final 7 years is going to be part of a process that starts with the ability to create the third temple. And we will talk a little bit more about that in another lesson. But that final year process has not started yet. There is another speculation that it could be the Psalms 83 war. Psalms 83 was written by a musician by the name of Asaph. He was a Levite, a notable poet. In other places, he has been called a prophet. But there is speculation either if Psalms 83 is talking about a future war or if it was just a preparatory prayer. Maybe the musician was praying for his enemies and wanting God to do his will. But there is another area in the Bible that may be closer to what we're looking at. And we're going to point that out in the book of Revelation. If you follow End Time Ministries, or the End Time Show, or endtime.com, you'll find that their core belief is that the first 5 trumpets have already happened. And if we're looking at it from that aspect, which I believe right along with them that this is the case, then we are looking for the 6th trumpet. And there are some major key elements that happen in the 6th trumpet, which we're going to look at today. And this is found in Revelation 9, starting with verse 13. And the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar, which is before God, saying to the 6th angel, which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, a day, a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth, and of brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire, and smoke and brimstone. By these 3 was the third part of men killed, by the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone, which had issued out of their mouths. For their power was in their mouth, and in their tails, for their tails were unto like serpents, and the heads, and with them they do hurt. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not for their works, of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and of stone and of wood, in which neither can see nor hear nor walk. Neither repented they of their murders, nor their sorceries, nor their fornication, nor of their thefts. There's something different here from the rest of the trumpets. In the other trumpets, it gives areas and land particulars, like not hurting the grass or burned the grass or the sea, different things like that. Here, it changes to the third part of men. So this trumpet will affect human life. But when we get down to the fire and the brimstone, as well as the numbers of the army, this is talking about a war. And when we look at modern technology and we look at the fire and the brimstone, this is pretty much discussing a nuclear war, in which is what John saw. In the great river Euphrates, we're directly in the heart of those countries in the Middle East conflict right now. A lot of the countries that are involved pretty much make up the countries that are around the Euphrates River. If we go back and look at Psalm 83, when you break down the countries that was spoken of, in his prayer, in modern day terms, was talking about really 4 major players, which was Jordan, Palestine, Lebanon, and Syria. However, with the Euphrates River region, we've got more people, especially Iran, that's in play. That's a little bit different. So, if we follow the teachings of End Time Ministries and Irvin Baxter, the next major war that's in line will be the 6th Trumpet War, and what we could be looking at right now. There's only a few players on the earth that can actually field 200 million soldiers. It's a high probability that once a real war breaks out in the Middle East, it's going to really ignite the tensions of other areas, and there could be a lot of more people getting involved. But we'll have to wait and see. So, could we be possibly looking at a 6th Trumpet War happening on the horizon? Only time will tell. As always, I hope you enjoyed the teaching and looking at scriptures from a different view. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.